So far, good week of practice. We'll finish up tomorrow with, just kind of polish it up and then head up to Salt Lake City. I haven't played there before. Heck, a lot of our team hasn't played there before, so we're looking forward to going in there. We've heard it's a hostile environment. I know it's a sold-out crowd. I know they're wearing their black. I think it'll be a great challenge for us. And I get the feeling that our players are excited about it and focused. So one more day tomorrow, and then we head out. It'll be good.
Overall, how would you say the team is feeling getting ready to play the first conference game of the season?
I feel like they understand the ramifications of it. I feel like they're focused. I think it's been a good week. I think that having a bye last week has helped us this week, because school started. So I think we're in a good spot. But all that being said, we've got to go up there and perform. We've got to go up there and compete. We've got to accept the challenge, and it's a great challenge.
Dennis Erickson hyped up the two tight end set as being the best personnel grouping on offense. They haven't produced too much so far, but how much of a threat do you believe that grouping poses to your team?
I don't know that it's any necessarily a formation or a grouping. Dennis just does an excellent job of taking advantage of weaknesses that he may perceive in a defense. And every defense has a strength and every defense has a weakness. And Dennis has always been outstanding at exploiting that. I had a chance to work with Dennis in San Francisco, and he's a great offensive mind. He's very creative as a thinker. He's very aggressive as a play caller. I have a ton of respect for him. I like him as a person. He'll have some things drawn up that we haven't seen, and we just have to react to it.
Your thoughts about Lane Kiffin?
Excuse me?
Your thoughts about Coach Kiffin?
Well, I certainly feel for Lane. He's a friend of mine. You never like to see anybody lose their job.
Would you say that this team is tougher heading into Pac-12 play than it was at this time last year? Overall?
I don't know that I want to use that word yet, but I think that we understand it. Maybe I understand it better. Mm-hmm. So I think maybe we're a little more focused. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I want to use that word tough yet. Mm-hmm. We'll see. We've worked really hard this offseason and focused on mental toughness, being a consistently mentally tough team. And we've got some great tests coming up to see where we are.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that Thursday's game is going to be a challenge for your team. What are you hoping that they can prove on the road in that hostile environment against a good Pac-12 team?
Well, I hope we can build on what happened the last time we went into a hostile environment, which was Nebraska. We handled it well. And like I just said, it's about consistency and mental toughness. Being able to go into a place where, there's 45,000 people against you, and you're taking your 70 in there, and you're not letting the distractions of the environment creep into your head, and you're playing good, solid football. So I think it's a mental toughness and a maturity. That's what I'm excited to see.
Do you think this team, especially some of the younger players, have any nerves about playing in a big nationally televised Thursday night game on ESPN?
Well, we played a national television game at Nebraska in front of 91,000 people, coming off a really tough week. So it's not like this is our first exposure to this environment. So you're always nervous before a game. If you're not nervous before a game, then it usually means you're probably not prepared. So I hope they're nervous. Yeah, I hope they're nervous. I'll be nervous.
In terms of physical toughness, is this as good of a litmus test for you guys as you're going to see at least early in the season? Tough defensive front. Obviously, the offensive line has done better. Is this a good litmus test?
They're a very tough team. They play disciplined. They play hard. They play tough. They're aggressive. They're big. Mm-hmm. In terms of the Pac-12, yes. In terms of the Pac-12, yes. And I don't want to keep going back to Nebraska, but Nebraska's pretty big and pretty physical and pretty tough too. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's a great challenge for us. Pac-12 play. We're entering the jungle. You can't mess up now. You can't have a slip up. So I think that we're excited for the challenge. I think we're ready to play a hard, physical, tough game that maybe comes down to the last play. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't. But if it does, I believe we're ready for that.
I don't think anybody just want to go back to Nebraska.
That was a fun experience, except for the way leading up to it. Yeah.
There's 5 teams that are ranked in that conference. What does that say about
in Pac-12? Well, I think it just speaks to the quality of football in the Pac-12. in my mind, it's always been a powerful conference. You know, I've been involved with this conference since I was a little boy. And I've always had a great deal of respect for the teams in this conference. And for this conference to start to be mentioned in the same breath as, you know, what everybody thinks is the pinnacle of college football, the SEC, I think it says a lot about what we're doing out here. What we're doing, and I don't mean here at UCLA, I mean in the Pac-12. And it's exciting. It's exciting. We want people around the country to see what we're doing out here.
You keep going back to Nebraska. Are there any things that you've seen on film, some similarities, maybe some things that they do similar to Utah?
No, I'm not talking about scheme. I'm talking about environment. I'm talking about big, physical, tough. I'm talking about, you know, handling adversity. We just have to build off of what we did there in this game here.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay? Thanks, everybody.